Welcome to the January 2022 Raptor update. We're going to cover two exciting new developments in Raptor for this month. There's a new feature to lookup templates, and there's a new reprocessing prompt. Let's look at the templates feature. So when you launch Raptor, you're going to notice that we've moved the templates lookup from the top of the screen here just down to right above the grid. Now what's going to happen is that when you click on the templates lookup, which is this link here, you're going to see an expanded selection of templates. So as Raptor has grown and we've processed more and more transcripts and always tuning the logic, we've realized that we need a more powerful way for you as the end user to be able to find and look up the templates that are available. So this expanded link here that you see, that you'll notice here, you can simply click on this link and it is going to let you use this more powerful search mechanism to find the templates you might want to use. You'll notice if you go ahead and select a template, that it'll pull it into the page here. And again, if you click this link, it's going to always bring you back to the selection options. Now this looks like a lot of options, but let me explain to you how you can easily find the templates that you're looking for. There's two columns in this grid. One is the school and one is the template. And these are sortable columns. So when you first launch the lookup, you're going to notice that it's automatically sorted by school alphabetically, right? So if you're processing a transcript from Brigham Young, you can easily scroll and find the template that Raptor knows is the best template for that school. Central Texas College, and you can see these are alphabetical order. So these are the templates that have already been known and mapped. And of course, we're constantly tweaking and tuning this list based on the data that you find. So one way to look up the template is simply by school, right? You're processing a transcript for Rutgers, go ahead and pick that template and it'll pull it into the page and you can process. Now, the other way to find the templates is to sort by template, right? So you can sort by school by clicking on the column. See, that sorts the column. You can also sort on template as well. So if you sort by template, you'll notice that the patterns of the templates are in a kind of a logical sequence, right? So here's your 5-column high school. You can scroll down here. Now the template, it's helpful for you to understand what the template naming refers to. Basically, it's telling you the pattern. Think of the template as a pattern of data on a transcript line. So let's go ahead and look at a transcript. So if you notice on this transcript, the courses on the lines have a certain pattern, right? In this case, it's the subject, catalog, title, units, grade, right? So there's a pattern that typifies the way the data is laid out on the line. And so the template naming kind of gives you a clue to that pattern, right? So in this case, if we see subject, catalog, title, units, grade, you can look up, and the example we use is just HIS history, just to make it consistent as an example. So you can easily filter, or I'm sorry, sort by template and go down and find certain sequences. So that'll be history, subject, catalog, then the title, right? So this might be a good example to try for this particular template, right? For this particular transcript. Subject, catalog, title, units, then grade, right? So I'm just explaining to you how to understand, right? So here's a template that expects to have a hyphen between the subject and catalog. Or here's, scroll down and look at some other examples. Here's one that has subject, catalog, then it has some character string here that we're going to ignore before we get to the title. Here's a template here that the pattern is subject dash catalog dash, and then some letters that we're going to ignore before we find the title, right? So you don't need to have a thorough understanding of these, but I'm just explaining to you so you can understand how to understand this. Here's one that's for Rutgers that starts with the title first. So history is, or the course title is the first element on the row, and then followed by some numeric subject and catalog numbers. So here's another one that starts with a title followed by subject catalog together with no space between them. So you don't need to worry too much about these patterns, but just so you understand what that means and why they're called that way. Another thing that we've done to help you when you look up templates is this filtering option here, right? So you can just search. Let's say you're working on Victor Valley College, right? Just type in Victor Valley and it's gonna filter for you and you can find the right template, right? We don't want you to have to do a lot of scrolling. Or the example I gave with Rutgers, right? Just start typing in Rutgers and you'll notice that it's gonna show you the template for Rutgers, right? And you just pull it in. So you can use filter. Let's do another example. Lone Star, right? And you'll find the template for Lone Star. If you're working on one of the EDI pattern templates, you can just filter on EDI and you'll see that we have a couple of EDI options. So these are, we're just trying to give you every way to have the power to easily find templates. Finally, the other thing to show you is this button here, use Raptor default logic. This is always a good option, right? We want you to understand that generally speaking, Raptor default logic is going to use the power of all the templates and automatically try to find the best fit. So it's always a good choice. If you're not sure, you're not comfortable with necessarily trying to choose a template, just go ahead and pick the Raptor default logic and it's going to look and find the best template. Go ahead and process this using Raptor default logic. So I'm going to process. Okay, so the Raptor default logic automatically searches through and finds the best fit for the particular transcript that you're looking at, right? Now, we always want to call your attention here, as we released in December of last year, this See Alternatives feature. So when you use the Raptor default logic, you're going to have the See Alternatives. So you can always look at other alternatives for this. This is a very, very good result, right, for this page. But you can always look and see some other alternatives. So here's the template that Raptor decided is the best choice, right? And it's got 15 rows. But you can always scroll through these other options that are potentially also very strong, right? So here's another option here, and you can compare them side by side, right? Here's another, and you can scroll through the options and choose the best fit, whatever your preference is, right? Okay, I think at that point we've finished explaining the template lookup feature. Let's go on to the reprocess prompt. So the other thing we've released in January that you'll see in Raptor now is a powerful feature to automatically reprocess transcripts. So let's go ahead and reload the page. So we're going to look at a situation now where a template has already been selected. We're going to go ahead and load the transcript into the page. So we're covering this new feature called the Reprocess Prompt. So let's go ahead and process the file. So this is the feature here that you're going to notice. If there's a template being used that is not a good fit, right? It doesn't give a good result for this transcript. You're going to see this prompt, less than 5 courses found. Do you want Raptor to reprocess the page? If you click yes, Raptor is going to automatically switch to the default logic, and it's automatically going to start reprocessing the page and looking for the best result. And again, you can always click on the See Alternatives to look at alternative results. If you choose no, so let's go ahead and clear this out. If I process the file and less than 5 courses are found, you will get this prompt. If you can always choose no, that you don't want to reprocess, you may be happy with these results that you've gotten, or if you say yes, it's going to reprocess. So using the default logic. So those are the 2 new features that we've released this month, and then you'll see in Raptor now. As always, please reach out to us, contact us using the chat or email us, and let us know any questions.